Think you can spot a millionaire? That Gucci bag and Mercedes might be fooling you. Your richest neighbor probably wears Walmart shoes and drives a 10-year-old Toyota. From the son of a subway driver to selling 4 million books, Jay Stanley uncovered a shocking truth. Real millionaires aren't who you think they are. Today, I'm going to show you the secret signs of hidden wealth living right next door. You know, those picture-perfect neighborhoods you see on Instagram, with the big houses, fancy cars, and seemingly perfect families. Well, today, we're peeling back the layers and exposing the financial strain hiding behind that carefully curated facade. We're talking about the families struggling to keep up with the Joneses, stretching their budgets thin to maintain an image of success, all while drowning in debt. It's a reality that many Americans face, but it's often hidden behind a veil of secrecy and shame. But the truth is, financial struggles can happen to anyone, regardless of their zip code. So, in this video, we're going to play a little game called Spot the Money Crisis. I'm going to walk you through some common signs that your seemingly well-off neighbors might actually be struggling financially. We'll uncover the red flags hidden in plain sight and discuss the factors contributing to this widespread issue. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of the financial struggles many families face, even in seemingly affluent neighborhoods. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos where we'll be diving deeper into each of these financial red flags and discussing practical solutions for achieving true financial freedom. Let's start with an obvious one. The car. You know, that brand new SUV with the dealer plate still on it, parked in the driveway of that massive house. It screams success, but it could also be screaming financial strain. Many buy cars they can't afford, stretching their payments to the limit. A $50,000 car loan at 6% interest over 72 months means over $800 monthly. That's $800 that could go towards investments or savings. Instead, it's going towards a depreciating asset. Plus, insurance, gas, and maintenance add up quickly. That symbol of success can eat a massive hole in your budget. Next time you see a shiny new car, remember, it might be a dangerous financial decision. A car is a tool to get you from point A to point B, not a status symbol. Don't buy more car than you need or can afford. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the house. That beautiful, sprawling McMansion might seem like the epitome of the American dream, but it can quickly turn into a financial nightmare if you're not careful. Many people buy more house than they can afford, seduced by the allure of granite countertops and walk-in closets. They take on massive mortgages, sometimes even stretching their debt-to-income ratio to the limit, just to get those extra square feet. But what they don't realize is that a bigger house comes with bigger expenses. We're talking higher property taxes, increased utility bills, and constant maintenance costs that can drain your bank account faster than you can say mortgage payment. And let's not forget about the opportunity cost. That huge down payment could have been invested, generating passive income and building long-term wealth. Instead, it's tied up in a house that might be worth less than they owe on it, especially if the housing market takes a downturn. So, while that beautiful house might look impressive from the outside, it's important to remember that true wealth isn't measured in square footage. It's about making smart financial decisions that provide financial security and peace of mind, not a mountain of debt and a constant fear of missing a mortgage payment. We've all seen those Instagram posts, crystal clear waters, luxurious overwater bungalows, families smiling ear to ear. It looks like the perfect getaway, right? But what you don't see behind those filtered photos is the reality many families face. Those picture-perfect vacations often come with a hefty price tag. And for families already stretched thin, that means racking up credit card debt to keep up appearances. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Living for Instagram likes is a recipe for financial disaster. Vacations should be about making memories, not breaking the bank. There are plenty of ways to have an amazing trip without emptying your savings account. Consider exploring local destinations, camping, or finding affordable alternatives. Prioritize experiences over material possessions. You don't need to stay in a 5-star resort to create lasting memories with your loved ones. Focus on spending quality time together and enjoying the simple things. True wealth is about financial freedom, not flashy vacations you can't afford. Every parent wants the best for their children, and that often includes signing them up for extracurricular activities. Sports, music lessons, tutoring. These all come with costs that can quickly add up, especially with multiple kids. We want our kids to have every opportunity, but the pressure to enroll them in every activity can put a serious strain on finances. I get it. You don't want your kids to miss out. But remember, it's okay to say no. Talk to your kids about budgeting and prioritizing. Help them understand that you can't always say yes to everything. Choose activities they're truly passionate about and explore affordable options like community programs or free resources. Remember, your child's future success isn't solely determined by the number of extracurriculars they participate in. Focus on fostering their passions, encouraging their creativity, and teaching them valuable life skills like financial literacy. Here's the harsh reality. Many families living in seemingly affluent suburbs are living paycheck to paycheck. They might have the big house, the nice cars, and the designer clothes, but they're one unexpected expense away from financial disaster. An unexpected medical bill, a job loss, or even a major car repair can send their carefully constructed world crashing down. This is the danger of living beyond your means and relying on credit to maintain a lifestyle you can't truly afford. It's like walking a tightrope without a safety net. One wrong step, and it's all over. This constant financial stress takes a toll on mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. It's time to break free from this cycle of debt and financial insecurity. Building a solid financial foundation requires living below your means, saving aggressively, and investing for the future. True wealth is about security and peace of mind, not keeping up with the Joneses. We've all been there, right? You open your wallet, and it's looking a little thin. Maybe you had an unexpected car repair, or maybe the grocery bill was higher than usual. Whatever the reason, you find yourself reaching for the credit card to cover the basics: groceries, gas, maybe even the utility bill. But here's the thing. Using credit cards to pay for basic necessities is a slippery slope. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Sure, it might seem like a quick fix in the moment, but in the long run, it's only going to make the problem worse. The interest rates on credit cards are notoriously high. We're talking 18%, 20%, even 25% or more. That means for every $100 you put on your card, you could end up paying back significantly more if you're only making the minimum payments. It's a vicious cycle that can be incredibly difficult to break free from. So, what's the solution? We'll dive into that later in this video, but trust me, there are ways to take control of your finances and avoid falling into the credit card trap. You see that neighbor who just pulled up in their brand new SUV? Or the family that seems to go on vacation every other month? They might look successful on the surface, but behind the facade, many suburban families are struggling to keep up. In fact, it's not uncommon for one or both parents to be working multiple jobs just to maintain their lifestyle. They're juggling long hours, sacrificing time with their families, and putting immense pressure on themselves, all to keep up with the Joneses. But here's the reality. Working yourself to the bone just to afford a certain lifestyle isn't sustainable. It leads to burnout, stress, and strained relationships. It's a constant uphill battle that often leaves people feeling trapped and unfulfilled. So, What's the alternative? It's time to redefine success. True wealth isn't measured by the car you drive or the size of your house. It's about having financial freedom and living a life aligned with your values. Imagine lying awake at night, your mind racing with thoughts about unpaid bills, mounting debt, and the fear of not being able to provide for your family. This is the harsh reality for countless individuals and families struggling with their finances. Financial stress is a heavy burden to bear. It can manifest in various ways, from sleepless nights and anxiety to strained relationships and even physical health problems. The constant worry and pressure can take a toll on every aspect of a person's life. It's a vicious cycle. Financial stress often leads to poor financial decisions, which in turn exacerbates the stress. It can feel like an inescapable trap, but it's crucial to remember that there is hope and there are ways to break free. Seeking help, whether through financial counseling, budgeting resources, or simply talking to someone you trust, is the first step towards regaining control of your finances and your peace of mind. Remember, you don't have to face this alone. Let's talk about a truly disheartening reality. Imagine working a full-time job, putting in 40 hours a week or more, and still not being able to afford rent. This is the reality for so many people living in the suburbs, caught in a cycle of stagnant wages and skyrocketing living costs. Think about it. After taxes, maybe you're taking home $2,500 a month, but rent for a modest one-bedroom apartment is eating up $1,800 or even $2,000. That leaves you with barely enough to cover utilities, let alone groceries, transportation, and other essentials. This is a recipe for financial disaster. It forces people to make impossible choices. Do they pay their rent or put food on the table? Do they skip doctor's appointments to avoid co-pays? It's a constant state of anxiety, and it's simply not sustainable. We need to address this growing problem of income inequality and the lack of affordable housing options. It's time to prioritize policies that promote fair wages and create opportunities for people to thrive, not just survive. Now, let's talk about a heartbreaking consequence of this financial pressure: the impossible choices families are forced to make. Imagine having to choose between putting food on the table or getting the medicine your child desperately needs. This is the reality for far too many families in the suburbs. The rising cost of healthcare, coupled with stagnant wages and mounting debt, is pushing families to the brink. Deductibles are through the roof, and even with insurance, a single medical emergency can wipe out a family's savings. What happens when you can't afford both? Do you ration your child's medication, hoping they'll get better without a full course? Do you skip meals yourself to ensure your kids have something to eat? These are the agonizing decisions no parent should have to make. This is a systemic issue that demands our attention. We need to advocate for affordable healthcare solutions, explore ways to lower prescription drug costs, and create a safety net that prevents families from falling through the cracks. We've uncovered some hard truths about the suburban money crisis, but here's the good news. You have the power to choose a different path. You can keep playing the game of financial pretend, trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you can take control of your money story and build something real. It's time to ditch the illusion of wealth and focus on building genuine financial security. That means living below your means, investing wisely, and prioritizing long-term financial goals over short-term gratification. True success means having inner peace, control over your money, and the freedom to live exactly how you want, not just owning fancy cars or big houses. And the best part? You don't have to do this alone. Millions of Americans are facing the same challenges, and together, we can build something better than a facade. We can build real, lasting prosperity. Let's make 2025 the year we stop faking it and start making it. For real this time. Now, Who's ready to start their journey to real financial freedom? Hit subscribe to join our financial freedom community. Drop a comment sharing which solution resonated most with you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more eye-opening content about building real wealth.